Horrors are a British rock band who were formed in Southend-on-Sea in 2005 and are regarded to be vaguely goth rock. They have had a stable lineup since then, and they're still going, and they have released 5 albums. Hi, my name's Dan. So this was the 3rd album by the Horrors, and it's my first encounter with this album and with them as a band. So Wikipedia describes this album as post-punk, neo-psychedelia, synth-pop, psychedelia, shoegazing, art rock. So they don't really know what to make of it. Acclaimed Music describe it as neo-psychedelia. Me, I think I'm with Wikipedia in that I'm not really sure how I would describe this. Maybe the neo-psychedelia label is a good label for it, but let's move on from labels and try and actually just do some description. So it's got a big, thick kind of rock backing. It sounds quite 80s, I would say, in general, and that's particularly emphasised by the use of some strident synth sounds that sound like they're straight out of the 80s, to be honest. It's an expansive sound. There's lots of different textures going in. There's a lot of production. There's a lot of things going on in the music. Maybe I would say it's a bit overfull in how much is going on, so things kind of is a bit confusing to listen to maybe, but actually that possibly feeds into the neo-psychedelia ideas, because the neo-psychedelic stuff tends to go towards this kind of complexity of production. There are some fairly unusual chord sequences and suspensions in here, and they're not afraid of long instrumental passages. They're certainly into the music part of this. I would maybe, in terms of references, peg this as somewhere between U2 and Joy Division. That kind of big rock, possibly aimed at stadiums. My favourite bit then is a musical bit, which is there's a breakdown section in the longest track on here is Moving Further Away, which is about 8 minutes plus length, and towards the end they've got this great breakdown. There's a lovely bit of high subdued bass work in it that I really enjoyed. The voice it's kind of distant and echoey. It's got an emotionless feel, a bit like New Order and other stuff. Again, 80s feel. It definitely sounds like an 80s voice. I didn't really take in the lyrics, partly because they're somewhat hard to pick out, but partly because they're the kind of lyrics where your brain slides off and concentrates more on the feel and the music. Just want to pull out one more track, which is Oceans Burning, as the last track, which is a little bit different to the others. It's more ballady and slow, and I have to say, actually, my least favourite track on the album. I think that slow can be really good, but it's harder to pull off than fast, I would generally say. So overall, my feeling is there is okay, but I wasn't overly keen on it. I wouldn't object to it, but I wouldn't seek it out either. So that's what I think, and I'd love to know what you think, as always. So please do give me your comments in the comments. And that's it from me for now.